Hey y'all, Joe here from Southern Coastal Cooking, coming at you this afternoon with an awesome steak recipe. Might add a little bit of seafood, some veggies and stuff with it too. But I tell you what, I am putting an awesome crust on this steak with some new stuff by Oakridge barbecue. I know you've heard of them before. They do a lot of good rubs and everything, but this is something they're just about to put out. You know, I'm just testing it here on the market. It's called Carne Crosta, I believe is how you pronounce it, a Steakhouse rub. This stuff is made with locally roasted Brazilian coffee, sea salt, garlic, chilies, ancho chilies, chipotle chilies, pepper, onion, raw cane sugar, yellow mustard, ground shiitake mushrooms, lime juice, spices, a bunch of really good stuff, y'all. It says here, Carne Crosta is loosely translated as beef crust in Portuguese. It's exactly what this rub will produce. It sells when cooked over really high direct heat, especially on well-marbled cuts of beef. The high cooking temperatures are necessary to release oils in the rich Brazilian coffee, which entwine with the spices and render fat, creating the most stupendous crust steak you've ever experienced. All natural, no MSGs, gluten-free. Can't wait to try this. Now, they gave me specific instructions that first what you want to do is you want to rub your meat down with the extra virgin olive oil. Then you want to apply this rub and let it sit for about 30 to 45 minutes, either in your fridge or on the counter, however you want to do it, to let the rub just penetrate and let it actually just form that crust before you even start to cook it. So that's what we're going to do right now. So what I have here, y'all, is a nice strip steak bone in. Look at the marbling in there. I also have a piece of beef tenderloin. We're going to use that. Got some of this really good olive oil from Pennsylvania Macaroni Company. Oh man. So I'm going to use the best of the best here. Use the good extra virgin olive oil on here because I want to make sure that we get the best flavor, and put it on there. I might put a little bit too much on that side. I need to get me something to help this olive oil kind of strain out. Anyway, it's going to give it nothing but good flavor. Put a little bit of this olive oil on this piece of beef as well. But we're going to get this all, get some oil on all sides of it, just a little bit, the extra virgin. And then we'll come back with the rub. What I've done with the rub here, I opened it a second ago. It smells wonderful. Let me open it up here so I can show it to you. If I can do this with one hand. And it smells, I can smell that coffee in there. I smell some of those chilies. Wish you could smell there, but you can take a look at it. I'll put some in just this little shaker here, some old parsley flake shaker, and we're going to use this to apply the rub. Now he said be sure to get the sides and everything on the beef. Put it on about as heavy as you would, when you're rubbing on a good salt and pepper rub, something like that. So don't worry about being too salty, but you want enough on here to make a crust. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get it all over these wonderful pieces of meat. I'm going to put it on the sides, on the back, and everything like that. And we're going to let this sit and cure, as I call it, for about 35, 40 minutes. And this is just going to give us a wonderful crust here on the outside of this beef. So I'll be right back, y'all, as soon as I get this all dusted down. Y'all can see here as I apply it to all sides of the beef. We're going to let that rest while we go out and get our fire going and everything. I'm going to give it a good 35, 45 minutes. And just let that flavor just get in there and draw some of that moisture out and right on the surface to create a wonderful crust. All right, y'all, so the steaks have been sitting here, getting that good crust on them, about 45 minutes here. And what I'm doing, I'm putting my Steak Champ thermometer in my thicker filet. So we I just want to be sure to get a proper temperature on it. Stick it in about like right there. Okay, so right there in about the center of the fillet, and we're going to get these out in the grill, and we'll give them an indirect heat first. We're going to do reverse sear, y'all. It's going to be so good. See how I got my Weber kettle set up? I've got my coals over on this side. We can cook indirect and then direct over there. So let me grab those steaks, put them on indirect first. All right, got them right here. Let's go ahead, put these bad boys on. Look at that, sir. Oh, that's going to be good right there on the indirect side. Set that right there. And we'll let those go a couple minutes right there on the indirect. Just what we want. Put the lid on them. Put your smoke vent out toward this way. All right, y'all, we've been about 3 minutes on that first side. I'm going to go ahead and give them a flip. Look at that. Man, those look good. that there. So, yes, trying not to burn myself here. Again, keep it on the indirect into the spectrum here for right now till we get up to temp. There we go. Put the lid back on. We'll go about 3 more minutes on this other side. While we got those steaks going like that, I'm going to introduce you to our other dinner guests. I'm going to do a Maine lobster here that we're going to grill here right after we get done with the steaks. I think this will be great accompaniment to those steaks. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you how to bust them up. And this way, in a very humane way, you bite them in a very cold environment. But you want to get your knife, put it right there on the shell pretty much. Find that crease right there. Push it in, and with one motion, go forward. That's it. He's dead. Don't worry about nothing else, but we're going to slice him right in half. And we're going to grill this bad boy up, man. This is going to make some real good, real lobster here. But you can go slice this way just like that. I'm going to turn around. And we'll go back out like this way here. This is just going to be an extra special treat we're going to try out with these steaks here, y'all. Real lobster. Can't beat that, y'all. Back over here to the steaks. Another 3 minutes. Oh man, that's getting hot. Glove over here. Back over here to the steaks. Yes, sir. Looking good. I'm going to turn that one up like that. And I'm going to give this, I think I'm going to need about another minute or so on this other side. I'm going to give this, and then we'll go direct heat, y'all. But y'all, now we're going to turn our attention over here to the real heat side. What's that steak champ doing? Alright. And we're going to throw them right over here on the direct heat. I mean, put that real sear on them. I'm going to pull that steak champ out because it's blinking, that's showing it. It's ready for to be seared. I'm going to set this down for a second. Pull this out with that thermometer. There we go, right there. We're going to get a good sear on them guys, y'all. So fine. We're going to just sear this a minute or two on each side, and that's all you need. I mean, that's what's going to set that crust in there. I would say about a minute sear over this real hot coals. And after it's gone about a minute, then we'll turn it like this, you know, get those cross hatches. Turn this guy this way like that. There we go. And then after about 30 more seconds, I'm going to flip him over and we'll get the other side. But this is going to get an excellent sear on here, y'all. That's what we've been looking for. You see that fat just bubbling up right there? Oh, and I can smell those spices and everything just cooking just like they need to be. That's what we're looking for. Oh yeah, the bone just bubbling. That is beautiful. Man, you give me a picture of that in a second. Make sure, especially when I flip it. Let's go ahead and flip these dudes right there, just like that. Look at that sear. Look at that. That's beautiful. Put this guy here. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. That gorgeous sear, just like that. That's what we're looking for. So let's just go a minute or so on this side too. I'm going to put them right here on my protein board. I think they're ready to come off. We're going to let them rest after that nice sear right there. Oh yes sir, look at that. That's gorgeous. Alright y'all, now let's turn our attention back to this lobster. Now, remember, I got this Carne Crosta here that we put on the steaks. I'm going to put a little bit of this on the lobster actually. Give it a little bit of flavor. We're going to try that, see how it is on seafood. And also, I've got a little drawn butter. I've got some of this Aardvark Trading Company Drunken Garlic Black Bean Sauce. It's wonderful stuff, y'all. It has like an Asian twist to it. Oh man, it's great. So I'm going to put some of that there in the drawn butter. I'm going to stir this around, just like that. And I'm going to just spread the inside of these lobsters. And I cracked, put a little cracking on the claws. You want to crack them a little bit, that way they don't bust open. And look, oh, my buddy Russ Jones over at Smoky Ribs gave me this idea to cook some lobsters and steak. He did some yesterday and it looked so daggone good. It was delicious. So we'll go ahead and get all that rubbed down with this wonderful black bean and Carne Crosta. And let's go ahead and put these on the grill. Oh yeah. We'll put these on indirect as well. First, for a second, I'm gonna put the meat side down. Just get a little bit of sear on that meat, and there you have it. Look at that, y'all. See, look at that. Come on. Yes, sir. Put my thing back on here, and these won't take long. I'll let them sear just for a minute like that. These been down for a minute or so. Let's go ahead and check them. Flip them over. Oh yeah, look at that. Not quite. Put them like this here. Got the claw over here. Move them around just a little bit. Get them a little bit closer to the fire. You definitely want your claw to get cooked. Put them like that there. Alright. Give just a few more minutes. Alright, just don't want my lobsters to overcook, you know. So we'll check them again here. Oh yeah. Let's turn them over now. Get them over here on this hotter heat. More on the direct heat side. Yes, sir. And then I'm going to actually put some of this, the base back on them. Put a little bit more of that drunken bean and that drawn butter up there. Yes, sir. It won't take long now. Just a minute there. That's going to be fine. I don't believe what I've forgotten to do. I forgot to take those daggum rubber bands off. I just took them off. I just saw that. I was like, what? Oh, yeah, you want to take your rubber bands off lobster before you grill them. So I just got the lobster off the grill. I got all this kind of laid out family style here. I'm going to take one of these lobsters here, put it over here on the plate. Oh, yes, sir. And this steak, I know I want this, man, this rib steak here. Look at that thing. Man, that is fine. Look at that. Give me maybe one of these potatoes here. And man, oh man, maybe some broccoli. Look at that. Put that right in there in the center. Man, it's gonna be something to eat right there now. First off, I want to give this this steak rub a taste here. Carne Crosta. And so let's just cut in here into the steak here. Oh yes, sir. Put down right down into it and get me a good piece right out the center. And the best. Cook just nice, almost medium rare, a little bit on the rare side like I like it. Good pink there to it. Got some of that crust on there, and let's give it a try. Man, that's some good stuff, y'all. You bet it's another try, y'all. You know, a piece with a lot of crust on it. I mean, this stuff, I'm telling you, something else. I mean, it's you can taste just so much flavor there. Look at that. Look at that right there. Look at that crust, that juiciness. Don't try on those steaks, friends. That is awesome. I'm gonna go ahead now and try that lobster. That's an excellent rub, y'all. I love how that coffee gives it just that slight little twang. A lot like some of the rubs I really like for brisket. So let's try it. Let's cut a little piece of this lobster tail here. Some of the tail meat. Just nice and flaky right there. Look at that. Hopefully it'll zoom in and focus out a little bit. Let's give this a try. Man. That's outstanding. Oh yeah. And that added a little bit to this lobster too. Oh, that's some good stuff, y'all. You gotta try it. Perfect. As soon as it comes out, today is, I believe we're October the 12th or 13th. As soon as this stuff hits the main market, you gotta get you some of this, man. It's Carne Crosta. This is some great rub stuff for steaks, y'all. Anyway, the next time, let me get me and the baby fed. And see y'all, please like my videos, sub my channel, check in the description box for where you can get some of this stuff, and check out southerncoastalcooking.net. God bless y'all. Thank you so much. Okay, y'all, my closing thoughts about the Carne Crosta. steak rub. It's just really, it creates a unique crust along with that olive oil. It's like the olive oil actually cooks all the spice there in it and opens it up, so you do get a little bit of that coffee, but you also get some chilies coming through. The chipotle chilies, the smokiness, I think comes through with that, and it's not too salty. That's a big thing with me with rubs. I don't want anything too salty. So yeah, I would definitely suggest this one right here, and I'm gonna do some further research in it. And I like how it tuned up that lobster just a little bit too. So we'll be using this here on some other stuff here on the channel too. Thank you all so much.